need a certain level of fulfillment and growth for me to be able to really be in something. And so when I first got into dating, it was just because I wanted to learn how to date women. I had no idea. So I went through this long process. I had a lot of different mentors, and
Yeah.
it was fun. You know, it was exciting to be able to go out and pick up girls and get numbers and go on dates and, you know, sleep with new girls and all this stuff and get my dating and sex life handled. But there's a certain cap where, like, I think there's two sides. There's excitement, but then there's fulfillment. And fulfillment doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be exciting, but it's going to make you, it's the thing that's going to make you happy. Whereas excitement, sure, there's a lot of stimulus and variety and all these things, but it's not as fulfilling for you. It's not going to make you happy. So at some point, at least for me, I realized, okay, I'm going out every weekend. I'm still hitting on chicks. I've slept with all these women. I've dated all these women, but I'm not feeling happy. Like, I'm not fulfilled anymore. This isn't even getting fun for me anymore because it's just the same old thing. It's like a repeated pattern. And so at that time, it almost felt like the universe kind of connected because I met my current girlfriend at that time. And I was still going out, and I was telling her, like, I don't want a relationship because I was so blocked off to the idea. And this is where I think a lot of the pickup and all the dating shit is actually hurting men, because they're basically telling men, like, no, if you're in a relationship, you're basically a bitch, or like you're a simp, or all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was completely blocked off to the idea of, like, getting into a relationship until and she was very, like, accepting and very, like, open and vulnerable, and she was just there, you know. And so over time, when you spend time with a girl, obviously a relationship just naturally starts to happen. And so I got into a relationship, and I was like, wow, this feels better. This feels more right. This feels more on par with where I am with what I want to do in my life. And so that's when I realized, okay, I don't want to be going out anymore and hitting on girls nonstop and doing all this stuff. I want to, get my relationship handled. And that's a whole different field, because it's one thing to go out and attract women and get numbers and go on dates, but it's another thing to be with a woman for a long period of time and be able to communicate effectively and, like, learn more about yourself and allow her to learn more about herself, and learn how to navigate arguments and stuff like that, which I never experienced because I was never in one. And so it was a new journey for me, because I was like, well, this is fun now. Like, I'm learning something new. Like, I have to learn this to be in a relationship. It's that next step. And I realized a lot of the guys I was working with, they were kind of like me. They didn't want to get laid and, you know, just have endless sex. Like, they wanted to go on dates so that they can get into a relationship. So I just switched everything around, man. Like, I switched up my dating program strictly for guys who want to go on dates so that they can get into a relationship. Like, the ultimate goal is a relationship, because that's where I am, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I wanted to learn. And so I switched things up around, and I even started a new channel just to teach guys more personal development based stuff. How do you become a better man? How do you become a more high value man? Because that's ultimately, even if you do want to get laid, that's ultimately what's going to get you laid. So yeah, man. And I think it's just every time that I feel this sense of lack of growth or lack of fulfillment, it's like peeling the layers of the onion back. I just have to go into the next thing and the next thing that's going to make me feel happy and fulfilled. And over the last few months, I've been doing that. I've been really going on a kind of spiritual journey of just figuring myself out more. I've been getting therapy. I've been, focusing on my health, focusing on optimizing my health, because at this point my business is kind of stable. So yeah, I've just been focusing on myself, and I'm starting to peel back another layer of the onion of what I want to do. So it's just a natural progression, and I think guys will go through it over time anyways. Every guy has to deal with it. Na 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 na.